Hey, yeah, so we are continuing with our league. Gapsi, this is a non-grinder, if I recall correctly, so I'm going to search who he is. I think he plays like Stompy? Affinity, Affinity, Bolos, Affinity, Affinity, okay. What's this 5-color Affinity? It's not 5-color Affinity. So, versus Affinity, this hand is kind of okay. Yeah, we have cantrips. We try to find a braid. That would be awesome. Let's see what they go for. Furnace. Nothing. Okay. So yeah, they are probably an Affinity or Boros Monarch. I'm going to go for Preordained here. Second Frantic Inventory. Fire Ice is kind of dead versus them. The second Frantic Inventory. Again, I have this problem with Frantic Inventory that's very awkward. You kind of have to find all the inventories you have in order to it to be playable. So I don't really enjoy that. Here I could go for Frantic Inventory or Ponder Fericier. I think I'm going to go for Ponder Fericier because we want to find things here. So I think I'm going to go like this and just keep the Bowling Wilds on top. Actually, yeah, we can go for bottom here or bottom top. Now I want to find counter spells. So we have Scred here, which is the best card versus their creatures. Most of them are 4/4, so Bolt is kind of awkward. You can always just block and then bolt, like with an fairy or an ogre, but you're 2-for-1 yourself. So ATOG is very rough for us. We kind of don't have any good answers for it. Yeah, what we can do is kind of bolt it for 4 and a couple of turns, and that way eating up their artifacts. So yeah, versus Atog, if you bolt like with a lightning bolt, you only hit it for one artifact, and if you scry it for 4, you are kind of doing you are hitting twice, 2 artifacts. I mean, so I'm going to go for attack pass. I'm going to keep the frantic inventory up. You can go for a lot of artifacts and fling on the end of turn. I don't have an answer to that. I don't think they will go for it. They don't have any reason to. We are not doing anything, so them killing us very fast doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Here I'm going to make like I'm thinking. I'm going to let this resolve. I don't know if I would counter if I had this post sprite, but just taking 1 second to think sells the bluff. We are not going for it, so that's good for us because we don't have any answers. I'm going to shuffle, fetch Wrath, and cycle the inventory. So the first one is awful. The first brand inventory is awful. I'm going to go like this. The second one is good because drawing 2 for 2 is good. Here I'm going to take another inventory. And I think I'm going to block with the Augur. Because again, it doesn't really block their creatures. And them sacrificing like an artifact for it makes sense. They have a lot of land, so they have a lot of things to sacrifice. I have to let them resolve, sadly. So they are on Temur Affinity. Temur Affinity is rough, but at least they don't have any flyers. Chromatic Star is fine. Mirror Enforcer is not fine, but nothing we can do. And I think I'm going to go for Scred on end of turn, because we can sell like we have a Dispel, even though we don't have it in the deck. If we go for Frantic Inventory, they can just kill us from nowhere. I'm going to block here because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so it's lethal actually. So they have a really good hand. I think they have the fling in their hand, but they can't not do anything. Okay. So right now they don't have fling mana. So I could try and draw cards. If I kill the Enforcer, I think I'm going to kill the Enforcer next turn. What do they have? They have like a Dispel, Galvanic Blast on the creature. Yep. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with Inventory, I guess. So we need to have like, if we do 5 damage to this, we have to sacrifice 2, so it prevents 4 damage. We need to represent 2 blockers. We can always go for Fairy Seer Ice. I think that's correct. I don't like my situation if it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so we have all the cards in the world, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. I'm going to discard the Golden Wets, I guess. We don't have time for that. If they have the Bolt, we don't have anything, so they had like a really good hand. And also we had like a really slow hand with a lot of card draw and nothing else. They draw 2 cards, okay. I really hope they go for the Fling, so we can counter it with a miscalculation. I don't think they will. They have to respect the spell stutter. Here they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each 8 of is lethal, so we need to ice one. Unblock the other one. Okay, Ash Barrens is good. It means that we can go for Scred into Lightning Bolt. The problem is that they have 2 eye dogs, so even if we can kill one, we're in a rough shape. Do they have it? Okay. So they're super dead. We can kill one of the things, but we need to actually kill several. I'm going to consider. That was rough. Yeah. So the good thing about Affinity is that it's Temur, so we have a lot of things to bring in. Because Pyroblasts are kind of playable, but I don't want them. I kind of like Hydro though. So we want all of this. We remove this Ninja because we are not an aggressive deck versus them. Counterspell is pretty bad. Lightning Bolt is also pretty bad. So if we got something like this, let me see their sideboard here. Probably they're on the same list. Yeah, it looks like this is the list they play. So they play Dispel and Serpents and probably Blue Elemental Blast. So I'm liking the Pyros. Maybe a couple over Clear is here, counterspell. Yeah. Because we want a lot of interaction. They need to bring the blue blasts because they know we have red, so we are going to bring like gorilla shamans or something like that. So yeah. Basically we upgrade the bolt to an abrade and the fire ice and boiled to swirling sandstorm, so we have more or less the same amount of removal. So here we have a lot of dig, so we can try and find some early gorilla shamans. That would be awesome. Here I'm tempted to go for ponder so we can set up the augur. I'm going to go for it. Scred is fine, so we can actually go like top. So we draw the mountain now, the scred in the turn, and we flip to ponder. You go for citadel and nothing. Okay, that's great. Let's just play this over of bolas, flip into hydro or ponder. I'm going to go for hydro. It's a clean answer to ATOG, which is one of the issues that we have. So I think I realized is that I play Hydro and Pyroblast. It's just because I like the card. I don't think I think the correct thing is to play like, yeah, I'm going to go top. So the thing that you can go for is kind of Blue Elemental Blast and Red Elemental Blast instead. I think it's correct because we don't really care about cards in the graveyard except for Swirling Sandstorm. So that's the only consideration. Yeah, so I play with Hydroblast and Pyroblast because I'm used to it and I like the art and all that, so it's not a reason really. I just have it, so I play it. If you have like Blue Elemental Blast and Red Elemental Blast, just play that instead. So they could have a blast, but I'm going to allow it. I think it was pretty obvious, but I'm okay trading the sprite with anything, even if it's a Red Elemental Blast. Because we are kind of the late game deck here. So I'm going to attack for one. We don't have any more card draw now, but at least we have good answers. I'm going to shuffle with Ash Barrens because if we draw more card draw, we want to have a lot of untapped sources. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to because we can draw like a ponder or something. So let's see what we go for. Compass. That doesn't do anything. So I don't think Compass is playable in this deck. Yeah, I don't think it's good. I played a bit with Affinity, mostly weird builds of Affinity, but Navigator Compass is like a bad Springleaf Thrum, in my opinion. So they are just kind of doing nothing there, and Navigator Compass doesn't even draw a card. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah. I'm going to go for Island. Not going to shuffle now. I'm going to go for Ninja. We have Hydro for the removal spell. We want to hit with the Ninja, so I'm going to use it if they go for Blast. They kind of have to. Let's see if we draw an interaction. We don't, so I'm going to go for Augur of Bolas here. They can kill the Ninja if they want to. They already draw 2 cards. They have like pyroblasts and galvanic blasts for it. So yeah. So I think the build of Temur Affinity that I like the most is without Navigator's Compass and some amount of Spring Thrums and something to enable it. Yep. So something that can enable it, for example, is sorry, what? They were holding them in their hand? That's weird. Okay, I don't like that play actually. We didn't have anything that we were representing on anything, so I find it weird. So I'm going to go for Preordain first. So Gorilla can kill 3 lands here. We can do Gorilla. No, I think I'm going to wait 1 turn to go for another Ponder. Preordain, sorry. And probably we are going to go for double Scred. So I'm going to go for another Ponder. Yeah, so I actually like those, I think. I'm not going to hold miscalculations, so I'm going to leave it hidden for the Augur next turn. I'm going to go for Scred here. We have 6, so it's lethal. Scred here. We can shuffle if we don't want the land and the miscalculation, because I kind of want this miscalculation because we have the gorilla basically. So right now we are going to take a lot of resources with this Scred. Yeah, so we can block the Aetol. I think we want to. They're going to eat a Prophetic Prism with that. Carpas Porsche is fine. I want to receive 4 damage to the face. So right now I think I'm going to shuffle. I don't want another land. Now we have the gorilla to play. And miscalculation is a very tempo hit for us. Gorilla. Kill their lands. So yeah, we already did what we could here. I'm going to go for... We had the chance of going Augur into Fairy or Fairy into Augur. I think I'm going to go Fairy into Augur. Because if I go Augur into Fairy, I'm going to probably... I'm going to leave this on top. I don't want it, but it's better than nothing. So Brainstorm or Frantic Inventory, they are kind of the same. I think I prefer the inventory here. I'm going to pass the turn, and we have a couple of champ blockers. The gorilla really did their job in stopping the ITOC from taking over the game. We can assemble a massive block of some of their creatures. If they don't kill the gorilla, we can pay 5 mana to kill a prophetic prison, but that doesn't do much. They can't really attack with ATOG because, okay, they are going to. It's weird. So, I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could block this and trade like Ninja and a Fairy for a Reinforcer. I like that. They can sacrifice it to the ATOG to keep it alive. But the ATOG is already alive, so it doesn't matter. They sacrifice a prison. So we can pay 5 mana to kill their prison. At this point, I'm actually thinking about it. If we do, we remove them from Metalcraft. So we remove them from Metalcraft, so now Aito is not the worst. You should have waited on that. Actually, it doesn't make sense to do that. Sorry about that. That was a misplay. I don't like making misplays. So here they can attack with everything. And we need to block 8, right? Because it's a lot of damage. So we are going to take 8. So we are losing because I did this weird activation. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Scred is fine. We can kill a 4-drop. A 4-4, I mean. So I think I'm going to go for something like this. And Scred here. So I'm going to only activate Gorilla Shaman if that makes the Carapace Forcer stop having Metalcraft. I actually need to block the ATOG. So I think I misplayed very badly here. God, that's so rough. So yeah, we didn't draw a lot of things. Well, I mean, we draw a lot of cards, but we weren't able to kind of draw enough removal for their 4-4s. Witching Well. So we can actually kill that. So we can block the ATOG. And kill the Witching Well and go to 2. They draw the Furnace, so this means that they have the Metalcraft no matter what. So I need to actually double chomp. Yeah, we can go like... Man, what a misplay I made this game. So sad. I'm so sad because I had... I've drawn really well. So I need to double chomp here. I don't have any way of doing anything. think this is the best block I can do. I'm going to pass priority because they have to kill something for Aetog to kill the ninja. And if they don't sacrifice something, we kill the Aetog at least, so we are fine if we draw a removal spell. Okay, they sacrifice there. Need to kill here. Yeah. Okay, that could give us an out. That's not enough. Oh, maybe it's enough. If they don't have any artifact in their affinity deck, then we have a chance. Yeah. Rough. So yeah, that was a 2-3. I'm not super happy with the result. I think the blue-black fairy deck was actually a bad matchup for us. And well, affinity is always difficult, but we have a good sideboard for them. So yeah, let's do a bit of a wrap up here.